Hello, Dr. Joe here. The problem, fatty liver, and of course that includes other visceral fat as well. The solution, well, I'm going to be sharing with you a nice tool that you can use to really reverse your fatty liver. It's a very simple tool to use. I've talked about this before, but what's different in this very video is I want to share with you a technique through which you can easily implement this very tool. Okay, so here we go. I did talk about this very technique in my book. This is my award-winning book on managing high blood pressure with lifestyle approach. This is the second edition of this very book. Links to get the book right below this very video. So, liver fat, okay, fatty liver. How do you torch it? Because we need to torch that very fat in the liver and around other organs like your kidneys, your heart, your pancreas. Well, we need to torch the fat. The reason for that is visceral fat is inflammatory, okay? It is inflammatory, so we don't want that. So, how do you do that? Well, there's a simple tool to use, and that is what we call time restricted eating or time restricted feeding. Now, how do you use this very tool? I want to show you a technique through which you can use this tool hassle-free, okay? Because sometimes when we talk about the number of hours, people really get scared. So here we go. Let's say you have your dinner by 7 p.m., okay? And then your breakfast 7 a.m. the following morning. That is 12 hours already, okay? 12 hours that you are not eating. That's 12 hours fasting window. That is assuming that you're not somebody who wakes up at night to have a snack. If you do that, please stop doing it. It's not really necessary. Unless you have good reason to, don't do it, okay? So, if we do this, okay, by the way, this is assuming this is a 24-hour clock. So, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., that's 12 hours of fasting already. Very easily done because you're going to be asleep for 8 hours in those 12 hours. So, the question is, how do we improve on this? Because the minimum time you want to fast is 12 hours. But it's not really enough. We need to ramp it up to get the results we want. So, how do you improve on this? So, here we go. Here's my technique. And I talked about it in my book. The technique is this. So, this is still the 24-hour clock. What you want to do, you either add hours either end or on one end, all right, to the 12 hours. So here we go. So instead of having your dinner by 7 p.m., now you're going to have it by 6 p.m. earlier. And then instead of having your breakfast at 7 a.m., you're going to have it at 8 a.m., right? We've added 1 hour there, 1 hour this way as well. And that gives us 14 hours fasting window. How cool is that? Okay, and that is very easily done, all right? Because we want to ramp things up. 12 hours is not enough. 12 hours is the bare minimum. So, another example here. Instead of having dinner by 7 p.m., you're going to have your dinner by 5 p.m., right? And then instead of 7 a.m. breakfast, you're going to have it at 9 a.m. That gives us easily 16 hours of fasting window. You see what I'm saying? Very easy. Just adding 2 hours either end. We got 16 hours, right? I just love this technique. So, now, what I've done so far is adding hours either end. You may choose to add hours on just one end. So, here we go. You're still going to have, in this example, you're still going to have your dinner at 7 p.m. Now, instead of having your breakfast at 7 a.m., you're going to have it at 12 noon, right? What's that? 17 hours fasting window. Okay, 17 solid hours fasting window by adding, 5 hours on just one end. You can easily do that, right? You can easily do that because you got a problem. You got liver fat. You got fatty liver. You got fat around your pancreas. You got fat around your heart. You got fat around your kidneys. You need to get rid of that fat. You need to torch that very fat. So this is a technique that really works. By the way, the principle behind this is if you are not eating, you are burning fat. And if you really stretch your fasting window, you're going to touch more fat. Make sense? So that's the idea behind this. So what you want to do is using your dinner to breakfast time as your reference point. And then you tag hours either end or one end. And the other thing is, I want you to do this gradually. Don't jump to 17 hours or 20 hours. Just do it gradually. Start off with 12 hours. Like I said, that's the bare minimum. And then push it to 13. You can just add 1 hour, one end. That's 13 hours. And then push it to 14, 15, 16, 17, until you get to 20 hours. Really, your target should be 20 hours. That means your eating window is just going to be 4 hours. That's great. That's when you're really going to touch that fat like crazy. Okay? Now, if you want to go hardcore, then you push it to 24 hours. So you have just one meal a day, what they call OMAD. Okay? OMAD, 1 meal a day. Now, 24 hours is how far I want you to push the fasting wheel. I don't want you to go beyond 24 hours because, like I said in my book, beyond 24 hours, a lot of people will start to break down muscle, okay? We don't want to lose muscle, please, okay? Because we need the muscle for glucose disposal. Don't lose your muscle. So, yeah, I don't want you to go beyond 24 hours, so just 1 meal a day. But target at least 20 hours. And then, if you really want to get serious, then 1 meal a day. Do what is easy for you, okay? Don't push yourself too hard. So this technique really works because, like I said, you're using your dinner to breakfast time as your reference point, and then you tag hours either end or on just one end. And it's very easily done because for the most part, you're going to be asleep for 8 hours. And like I said before, the principle is that if you're not eating, you will be burning fat. If you're not eating, you're burning fat. And you're going to touch that visceral fat. Okay? So, I'm hoping that this really makes some sense to you. It's a very nice technique to implement. And let me know if you're somebody who's done fasting before and how easy or difficult it was for you. Do let me know in the comment section, please. All right? I'm hoping that you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please like the video and also please share this video with your friends, family and colleagues. Questions, comments down below. That's it for this video. Until next time. Well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.